Welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Kimmy and today we are doing a relaxing day in my single wide mobile home. So I hope y'all enjoy today's video. I've got some cleaning to do. I'm also going to share a grocery haul and a little bit of vulnerability with y'all later on in this video. So subscribe if you like videos like this, and we're going to get the dishes put away. It has been pretty cold recently where I live in North Carolina, but we actually had yesterday and today was warm, and then tomorrow we actually have a freeze warning. So today, well, now it's 73 degrees, but it was 75 earlier, which was super hot. So y'all can probably hear my air conditioner in the background, but it's because our house was just so warm. I just turned off all the heaters and turned on two of the air conditioners we have. It had gotten so cold that it's been cold, for a certain amount of days that we already took out the air conditioner in our bedroom. So I am just so glad that we had two other air conditioners to turn on in the house. But I'm just getting the dishes cleaned up now, and I'm going to get the clothes out of the dryer, and then I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. But I'll talk about this later, but I have been experiencing autistic burnout, and then I actually did have a shutdown, which is very rare for me. And so later on in the video, when I'm talking to y'all in real time, I do sound pretty much exhausted. But I do feel like I'm getting some of my energy back, and I am excited and looking forward to posting a more upbeat video. So this one's pretty relaxing, pretty mellow, but look out for some future videos because I plan to have some more upbeat music and more like motivation type of a cleaning video. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. But I hope y'all had a good weekend, and if you went to church today, I hope you had a good church service.
and all that. Then I pick this blanket up, and I know this blanket goes in Chase's room. So what I do is I fold it, and then I get everything else that belongs in Chase's room so that I can just make one trip in there. And I know I'm working on the living room, so most of the time I go back into the living room to finish up what I'm doing. No, this is not sponsored or any of that. I bought this book with my own money, and I just want to share it with y'all. I want to share with y'all my new video with me, because that's kind of what this is, you know? So I hope you like this kind of video, and maybe you can get something from it. Thankfully, the kitchen or living room was pretty clean from the night before.
I just like her.
Down a little bit today before I started vacuuming and mopping. But my main goal this morning was to do the floor. I had to do the floors, they were awful. I needed to get it done. So I made doing these floors my main priority of the morning. I didn't care if the floors was on the list for today or the daily task. I was getting it done regardless. Then I would have got to the rest of the task on the floor. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Like, you can have a list and start getting into a routine. Sometimes other stuff has got to be done that's not on the list. So you gotta kind of make your list fit you. If those days and stuff don't work for you, then do it another day. Like, I'm not gonna stick to that to a T. I'm gonna use it as a guide to kind of help me out on what I need to do.
Aaron recently got a pedal kayak, and we wanted to put it in the shed, so we're just cleaning out the shed. There's going to be a big space where it looks like it went from a lot of this to decluttered, and that's because Aaron does help me, but he does not want to be on camera, and I respect him not wanting to be on camera. So there's that. I totally forgot to mention the shed has a ramp now, which is very exciting. Aaron actually put some grip strips on it today, because it is, I don't know if y'all can tell how steep it is, but it is so steep. It just like has a steep incline, so it was pretty slippery, but I'm so excited to have this. That way it makes putting things in it and taking things out so much easier. And we did clear out enough space to put the kayak in there. So our tomatoes and bell peppers are pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and get them ripped out of the raised beds and taken to the fence line. That's where I dump all the dead flowers and dead plants after the garden season is over. So I did just clean up a little bit, maybe like for 20 minutes. So there is still a lot more to get done before it starts to get super cold or start snowing, which we don't normally get snow. It's very rare to see snow where we live, maybe like every few years or so. But I do plan to post some yard work videos soon. Honestly, if I can get them up before Thanksgiving, that would be great, because that way I don't have to worry about the holidays and stuff, and then everything in the yard will be cleaned up, because a lot of things have they've died, but there's still like dead weeds everywhere. And then that one raised bed at the back, that's where I had cucumbers growing, and after we pulled those out, there is just this one weed that's growing all in it. So I've got a lot of cleaning up to do outside.
Alright, y'all, I'm home. We just got back from the grocery store. I did want to share this with y'all real quick. It is going to be short and to the point and no oversharing. So, most of y'all know that I have autism. I also have dyslexia, but the autism affects me a lot more. And cooking and groceries is one of those things that I feel like I struggle with. And so this haul is just a bunch of stuff that I can stick in the oven. And basically, I am just having to come to terms with to prevent me from having shutdowns and having meltdowns, which is something that autistic people deal with. I am nervous sharing this because it's so stigmatizing and people can be really cruel. And like, if your autism doesn't look like someone else's autism that they know, then they want to kind of minimize it, I guess you could say. There's a lot of stuff that I don't show online because I don't want to come on here and feel like I'm just struggling all the time. Like, I don't show meltdowns or shutdowns. And when I do come on here, I think it's just subconscious that I try. My cat almost did the splits. I try to present myself like what is socially acceptable. And that causes me to become exhausted mentally, and then I hit like a breaking point. So I know that when I'm not trying to what they call like camouflage or mask, which is where you try to, basically you try not to come off like you have autism. When I try to do that, it does cause me to have, like, eventually I do kind of just shut down where it's hard to talk. Lights bother me. I just have to lay down. Pretty much just being in my own body bothers me. That's kind of when that happens. Anyways, this is supposed to be a short and to the point. So, I have, there are days where I have energy and I'm like, okay, I want to put effort into this. I want to make this video super fancy and I want to talk. I don't even know how to describe it, but I just want to talk as if it doesn't come off like I'm struggling to speak, even though it is a struggle to speak. Anyways, and I used to use things that, like substances, that would help me feel like I don't have to think so much and I could just have a little bit of relief, but those things are not the answer. So anyways, what was I going to say? I have a grocery haul, and this is like a way that I can manage and not feel so overwhelmed and stressed and hit a wall. So I feel like there's parts I'm missing that I did kind of go over before I turned the camera on, because I did talk to Aaron about what I wanted to share before I shared it, because we were together, we're one. I don't need to come on here and just like word vomit and then not go over it with him first. That's something I did in the past, which was not healthy. Yeah, so I may be missing something, but basically, if you ever deal with, basically if you have limitations and you're constantly trying to push past those limitations, it's not healthy. And instead of resorting to something that you think would make it better or take the edge off, as they say, um, just do what you're capable of doing within your limits, because we all have limits. And you shouldn't feel pressured to push past those limits. Okay, so I do want to show y'all my calendar. Well, not really calendar, it's this. So we did do the garlic, herb, and wine chicken with potatoes and green beans. We did do chalupas, spaghetti, and garlic rolls. We did do the tandoori chicken, which was the like curry. It was really spicy. It said it was medium, but it was really spicy. We had that with cream corn and mashed potatoes. And tonight I'm going to do barbecue chicken with some sides. I don't know if I'm going to do these sides. I would have to boil the broccoli and rice. I know that seems like no big deal for someone like me. It's too much. It's overwhelming. Even watching TikTok videos is a sensory overload. It's too much. And I just have to come to terms with that. That I'm not like some people. I'm not going to say everyone else, because I'm not an anomaly. There are probably hundreds of thousands of us that deal with autism on a varying degree. Anywho, but I do want to make the barbecue chicken because it's in the fridge. It's already thawed out. All I have to do is put it in the oven. Even if it feels like it's harder than it is, it's like it's not going to be as hard as I think it is. It won't be that hard. So we're going to do that. But I did have an earache and throat pain on this side of my face, the left side, for almost 2 weeks. It's just now kind of like I feel like it's passed. And then on the 5th, I did have a shutdown, which is what I explained earlier, where I almost just cry because I feel like I want to talk, but it takes too much energy to do so. And I used to be like so bubbly and energetic and stuff, but it was because I was using substances to feel that way. And now that I don't use those things because they're negative coping skills, and I'm just kind of like on my own, you know. I am clean and sober. I have been for months. And it's hard sometimes because you're faced with reality. But if you can accommodate yourself and also just accept who you are, or whatever elements or disorders or whatever it is that you're dealing with, I think you feel better, because at least you will know you're not being honest with yourself. I think I said that right. Anyways, so I did have those issues. So we had Bojangles on the 2nd. We had McDonald's on October 31st. We had Domino's on the 3rd. We had McDonald's on the 5th. And we had Subway on the 6th. We don't normally eat out that much, but because I did not get things like this, and I really thought, oh, I can just cook all the time, and this is going to be awesome. It took me an hour and a half to make spaghetti one night. I am a slow mover, I think. I think I'm being fast, but then, like, when I watch myself on film, like the video where it was, like, Battle of the Rooms, I was like actually going as fast as I possibly could, but it looked really slow. But that's because that's how my body moves. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm just going to show you all the haul. This is not an excuse for the food we're eating. This is just me being real, and this is an accommodation. And I think as long as, like, they say fed is best. I think that applies to everyone, as long as you're eating. If you need to buy paper plates or plastic cups or plastic utensils so you don't have to do as many dishes because it physically or mentally is draining, then do that, because you don't have to do what people, the expectations, you don't have to rise to those expectations. And yeah, know yourself, know your limits, know what you're capable of, and be proud of the things that you are capable of doing. Okay, so hopefully next week we'll have a lot less of these fast foods, and we'll have a lot more of frozen dinners, but we bought it at the grocery store, it's cheaper, and we ate at home, which it saves money. So okay, here we go. That was a much longer tangent than I thought it was going to be. But we did get one of these banquets. Oh, if you've been here on the channel for a long time, then a bunch of this stuff you're going to be like, yep, I remember these things. So we got one of these Salisbury patties in brown gravy. By the way, I'm not like depressed or anything. It's just who I am. My voice, I may sound like vocally like I'm down or something, but I'm really not. I just don't have a lot of energy. So we got one of those. The pizzas were buy one get one free. I'm going to post this tomorrow, and we got these today, and today is Saturday, so maybe they'll still be on sale on Sunday. We got the carnivore one, and we also got the double pepperoni and ricotta one, and they're super thin. Erin picked out some Sprite and Mr. Pibb. Also got buns. Also, I didn't ask if I could share this, but thankfully nowadays I'm not the sole provider, so that is a huge relief. So I do kind of just do YouTube for fun, and then also just to be able to pay for some groceries. But Erin did get half of these groceries, which was really nice. So we got some of those hamburger buns. We got some of these hot dog buns. Some Pilgrim popcorn chicken. Some of this sharp cheddar cheese. These were buy one get one free. So, and did I say we went to Food Lion? Bibigo. Korean style crunchy chicken. And we got these Mios, the blueberry lemonade. That's our favorite. And then a lemonade. Mexican style shredded cheese. Also got a meat lasagna. This was just $6, so I thought it would be good to have. And I have rolls, so I can make garlic bread out of rolls. Also got these carnitas, slow cooked pork. That looks good. We have tortilla shells, so these are for the hot dog buns. They're the double cheddar smoked sausage, better with cheddar. Yum. Oh, and he also got Nathan's hot dogs. I don't know what I was looking for when he was getting the dogs. Something. Also got this Roof's chili, which is really good. Oh, and he got some of this is what, and this stuff is good. This is what the buns are for. This is Brookwood Farms pit cooked barbecue. Yum. And we got the Nathan's Coney Island pretzel dogs. Got some bologna. I don't know if y'all like the deli meat that has the little red and green pieces in it, but I do, and they didn't have that, so I just got bologna because it was one of the cheapest sandwich meats we could find. And then we got some of these mini chicken spring rolls to go with the crunchy chicken, Korean style chicken. I got some of this bacon ranch pasta. I have not eaten anything since that little breakfast sandwich y'all saw this morning, and that was at 11 o'clock, and I actually don't know what time of day it is, but I do feel like I need to eat something, so going to eat some of this, and then we're going to get our dinner in the oven. I did get some Christmas tree cakes. Yum. And then also got some of these Purina Beneful chopped blends with salmon, sweet potato, brown rice, and spinach. I don't know why I just read that, but they're for Chloe. And then I've been drinking a lot of juice. I'm sure a lot of y'all out there will relate to this, but sodas burn. It could be a sensory thing for me, but I feel like sodas, I have heard a lot of people say that it burns, and it does. So I don't really want to be feeling like I'm burning my throat and my like mouth every time I drink something. So we got grape juice and pineapple tangerine juice. Alright, I'm going to put up all this stuff, and then I'll come back when it's time for us to cook. So at first, I just have chicken, salt and pepper on these. I'm going to cook them in the oven, and then the last like 15 minutes I'll put the barbecue sauce on it. That way the barbecue sauce doesn't burn. Alright, it has been about 45 minutes, so they're probably already done, but I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on here. I just laid in the bed the whole time while this was cooking. And then I'll show y'all what I'm going to make to go with it. Well, what I'm going to heat up. Pop those back in there. I'm just going to do some mashed potatoes. And then I have these sauced vegetables. I think can go in the microwave. Yeah. So I'll just, oh, you just slit the pouch and put it in the microwave. Cool. Super easy. And they're vegetables, so that's a positive. Aaron put all these drinks in the fridge, and he also put quite a few waters in the fridge. He does help me anytime I ask for help. And sometimes he does stuff without me asking, like all the drinks. He just doesn't want to be on camera, and I respect his boundaries. I'm glad I reread this directions, because it says do not cut slit into pouch. Okay. Veggies are done. I just added salt, pepper, and Parmesan to it. Mashed potatoes are done, and the barbecue chicken's done. I hope y'all enjoyed this cozy day in my life, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Bye.